Because I don't want to hear about people's lives. I just want to see pretty things.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right. So Plagal is second mode, brief. I think this was per your guys' decision to do that, right?
Yes.
So.
Yes. Because we had not done anything Plagally second mode.
Yep, we have yet to do such. So I'm thinking if you guys have the Blesses the Man, maybe we'll do that as well, just to get a little bit of that, since we haven't done that in a while. So maybe, I don't know if you want to do that first, and then we'll get that out of the way.
Okay. We got that Cherubic Sim too, you gave.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
and we'll have to work through that.
That'd be kind of cool, like, if we could like get through that and we could do it some morning.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Some 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's
Father would cry. He'd be
and
so happy.
the I was.
Maybe it's kind of long though, I don't know.
Oh,
No.
yes, it is.
Well, there's little abbreviations.
Yeah,
in
I
there.
think it looks like there's parts you can like.
Yeah.
If you take this out, that'd be cool.
It is, and you can always cut it at certain times if you want to.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that the Byzantine one, when I was at a monastery recently, they were doing it in English, Cherubic hymn, like a long one though.
Mm-hmm.
And because you get lost in the words,
Yeah.
It really makes it like this ethereal, like what it doesn't even matter anymore. Like what we're doing is not like this, let's make this beautiful and mystical. It's an interesting thing.
That's just for vibe.
Oh, there it is. I knew I had it.
I don't know.
Oh, this is from previous times.
Which but.
Long blesses the man.
Remember, we were going through like a couple a day.
Okay.
Couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Where did
Really.
it end up going? No, that's the news.
Well, you can look offline.
And see, look how organized everything. What happened to
That's
it? What
wonderful.
was it in one of the It's probably
The last time we did it was Plagal 1, I think.
Plagal 1. So then it's probably in the Plagal 1 thing somewhere.
No, yours is much better than mine. I got music all over the office.
Except I can't find.
Well, that's turn
Every time we
1.
kind of like go through the floor to see what.
Oh yeah. They got color too.
Yeah, those are the ones that I print out because I want to go over them.
Yeah.
No, just read off this because we're just gonna do a couple of them. Probably.
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Despite my best efforts at organization,
I just have it
half
in
of my life.
PDFs. So I have no idea where anything is.
Oh. That's gonna drive me nuts, though. What happened to it? So,
Do you remember how far we
okay,
got?
keep it
It's
in.
like 20.
No, let's see. Thou shalt herd them.
No, actually, that didn't sound familiar.
Yeah, thou shalt herd them with a rod of iron. I don't think we did that. Ask of me. I think we did ask of me.
Oh, maybe I read ahead. I guess, but usually when I got stuff noted, it's stuff we're doing. Okay, yeah, maybe through 14, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thou shalt herd them with a rod of iron doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, the Lord said unto me. Yeah, we definitely did that one. Okay, so we'll start at 15, I guess. 15 and 16. Nay, agie. 15. Thou shalt herd them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt shatter them. Oh, that was also, I didn't do the scale change. That was my fault. I thought it was the opposite scale change.
Yeah.
Up to.
I didn't do that.
Let's do with a rod of iron, and then I thought it was a scale change to diatonic, but no, it's actually hard chromatic there. Again, they just changed the position.
Right.
So, with a rod of iron. With a rod of iron, thou shalt shatter them like a potter's vessels. Alleluia.
but it's sounding a little weird.
Yeah, so it's
The fourth, right
with
there.
Ra pa viga vupa, and then right after it becomes viga vupa ni, and then we're back. Same scale, but in two different locations.
Okay.
That hard chromatic scale.
Mhm.
Would singing it help, or is there anything in particular that you think would?
Yeah.
Or again, just
no,
yeah.
No, I'm not like your math brain or you like
Yeah.
math brain. I just have to intuitively start.
Here, yeah.
I have to absorb it into my being, and intuitively I'll understand it at some point. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
So just sing through 15.
Yeah.
again?
One more.
And the "Thou shalt shatter them" is a very characteristic thing. So when I sang it in hard chromatic, I was like, oh, that's what that is. In diatonic, it didn't make any sense to me. I was like, why would they do that? So, Neagie, thou shalt hurt them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt shatter them like a potter's vessels. Hallelujah. How did that go?
Better.
Better?
Yeah, better.
Rhythm-wise on "Thou
Definitely
shalt
better.
shatter them"?
What's that?
"Thou shalt shatter them," is that okay? The rhythm there?
It's okay.
So, thou shalt shatter them. The melody's on pieces everywhere. I don't know.
The rhythm I don't have problems with. I mean, for the most part, it's the intervals.
Yeah.
It's hurting me.
And so there's shatter them.
Right, that's hard chromatic, right.
Yeah. So, okay, number 16. And now, O ye kings. Oh, sorry, my fault. Kings understand, be instructed, all ye that judge the earth. Hallelujah. Cool. The earth, yeah.
You did the line over it.
The earth.
How did I do that? No, that was there.
Yeah, the line's there. So, okay, let's do it one more time.
Yep.
Neagie, and now, O ye kings, understand, be instructed, all ye that judge the earth. Hallelujah. Cool. Any questions on that one?
No, it was pretty easy actually.
Yeah, and I think the one thing I think it's at a disadvantage probably to you, Patricia, is that because I know we had some people in Pittsburgh when they had never heard any of these tones or any of these chant type of things, they had no way to associate. It's like, well, how am I supposed to sing that if this is the first time they've heard it?
Mhm.
So it wasn't internalized at all.
Mhm.
And it was only with time that it was kind of like they began to absorb whatever it was.
Mhm.
So
You've been hanging out in Byzantine all your life?
I know Jeff at least had some CDs, if I recall. We were talking about Simona Petras or something.
Oh, that's just online.
Okay, it's on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
all over the place.
if you guys want any music, let me know. Not the internet, not you guys out there.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then there's actually one I was thinking specifically for you, Patricia. It's a female monastery in Wisconsin, and I have their some things from their feast, and they're very much. They're a lighter, like sometimes you hear female Byzantine chant singers who are really deep in their chest voice and everything, but these they're a little bit higher and they're lighter, and it kind of has more of, I think, something that would more jive with how you would think about it, as opposed to the other ones. Although I don't think either one would be bad, but I was listening to this in my car and I was like, oh, this would be really nice. I think it gives like a nice something to look at and be like, oh, you know, this is all women singing Byzantine chant, and very, very well done. So.
Cool. 'Cause I don't know if you're gonna let me in the men's group. I don't know if I sing low enough.
Well, if we end up doing the 4-part men and we don't have any tenors that can sing high enough, so that's where I think you and Katie, I was kind of like, all right, we got women.
Women who can sing low.
Yeah. So I'm good with that for the moment. Blesses the man, and then going on to the plagal second things. Right. So plagal second, we've already talked about the scales. This one is soft chromatic.
Soft chromatic, right.
Yeah. So just real quick. So plagal second mode. Brief. So this is the brief one is soft chromatic. And so that is 8, 14, 8, 12, 8, 14, 8. And this one, if you notice the little introductory things, it has VU. And then it's got the soft chromatic symbol over top of it. So what that tells you is that that's kind of our basis note, but because that's not actually where the melody starts, they have this after it. So I don't know if you can guess where we start.
Well, I guess the.
Yeah, because it goes up 2 from there.
Right.
So we actually start on V. This is its little mode marker. The reason, so VU here kind of separates it from some of the other soft chromatic ones because the melody in general begins on V, and then its intermediary things. So if it's an imperfect ending, then it's normally V. If it's or VU. If it's a perfect ending, it's a tentative ending where we could end, it's VU, and then it always ends on VU.
Run that by me one more time, please.
So
This is the first time I've heard about endings, tentative endings.
Oh wait, really? Okay. Oh, we talked about it at some point.
Yeah, like it sounds like it's resting sort of.
I was sick a lot.
So essentially you begin somewhere, okay, and then you have what's called an imperfect ending, and that's where you're in the middle of a thought. So you couldn't actually end the hymn there, because you're in the middle of a sentence. So it's like, when the Lord awoke, comma, you can't stop there. That's not a sentence. So that would be imperfect. And then there's something called a tentative ending, which is where when the Lord awoke, he did this, period, semicolon, something, which it could end, but that's not the full statement because it still goes on. So this is tentative, meaning that we could end there and it's a complete thought, but it's not the final ending. And then the final ending is oftentimes called perfect, because that's where everything is completed.
Okay.
So this would be your beginning, and this is your tentative ending here, or sorry, your imperfect ending.
So thoughts tend to end on VU.
Yeah, thoughts always end on VU. And this is your tentative ending, so anything or perfect. So I could have actually put these together. Perfect. So vi ga vu ga vi ke ga vu vu, and so it always ends there.
Okay.
Does that make more sense with the ending type of thing?
Oh, wait a minute. Imperfect. So the imperfect can end either on the or VU, but the tentative and the perfect will always end on VU.
Yeah, because this is your fine. If there's a sense of finality to it, then it's VU. And so this is when eventually we'll get you guys composing types of things. So then it'll be,
keep
you know,
saying that.
you take a piece of text and then you say, okay, where are my commas, where are my periods, where's a good sentence? Does this sentence, is it final enough? Like, and then you start thinking, where do I want my melody contour to go? So, and what is it? And then it's also word painting too.
Has anybody ever redone the Sound of Music with Byzantine?
Knee, knee, my knee, I call my knee, pa, my dad is right over there. Yeah, we could do something.
Yes, there's a new musical offing.
Yeah, yeah. I'll have to watch it and like take notes and see what we can do. It'd be a nice YouTube thing.
Yes, it would
So,
be.
It would go viral in a certain community.
Oh,
When we say viral, yeah, like 100 people.
5,000 views. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Sweet in the Orthodox world.
Well, I think when my Byzantine tutorial videos went up to like 1,000, like all of us were like, what do we do? Like, what? Who's watching these? Why are they watching it?
But you turned out it was your mom, and she just watched it
Over and over. Yeah. Well, it was funny. I don't know if I told you guys, but when I went to Dormition Monastery, there were 2 girls up there from Chicago, and like the whole group from Chicago, but 2 of them were more musically inclined, and then they like one was like, "Do I know you?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so." And they're like, "Antiochian Village," and I was like, "I've been there," and they're like, "Maybe," and then the one was like, "YouTube," and I was like, "Oh no," you know. And then they were like, "You do chant videos," and I was like, "Yes, I do." And then somebody else later on that weekend came over, and they were like, and it was a friend of mine from the boyfriend of a friend of mine from the camps in Michigan. So I knew her, but I didn't know her boyfriend. And he was like, "You know, you look awful familiar. Like, we've never met before?" And then again, YouTube. He was like, "You've taught me chant." And I was like, I hope that's a good thing. And I think it was.
Better than the 10 most wanted.
Yeah.
In the post office.
Yeah. It's $10,000. So like apparently it works, this whole internet thing. I don't know. Okay, so Lord I've cried. We'll read through. This is one of those times, if you look at the second line, you see a circle with 2 vertical lines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's kind of pretty much one of the first times we've actually seen that guy. You don't see him very often, but that's just ga diatonic.
Oh yeah, we haven't come across that.
Yeah. So this oftentimes, I don't know, I have to look why, but oftentimes they go into diatonic sometimes when they go down to pa. And I think that's just to make sure that that your pa is a regular pa, a diatonic pa, instead of the slightly flattened pa that we would have otherwise. So otherwise it'd be a lot lower. Okay. So
Yeah, right. That's right.
yeah, because it'd be 8 above knee instead of 12 above knee.
Right.
So and then the intonation for this, I was looking this up. I've never actually, I don't know the intonation for this one because we don't normally intone it. We've sung it before, at least up in Pittsburgh, but I think, I don't know, we always just go, we just do the same thing as tone 2, nay on nay, because it still starts with D.
Sure.
But then I was looking here, nay on nays, but again you start on thee.
Yeah, right.
So, ne on nes. That's our note. Lord, I have cried unto thee. Hearken unto me. Hearken unto me, O Lord. That's woo. Lord, I have cried unto thee, hearken unto me, attend to the voice of my supplication, when I cry unto thee, hearken unto me, O Lord. Cool.
about having no background on that. This one's different from anything.
Yeah.
The data bank is empty.
Yeah. This one I'm trying hard to hit the intervals on this one if I can. But yeah, that it sounds really really weird when you actually hear someone that knows what they're doing. Because the zo is not nearly as high as you want it to be, and then the ke is flat, and it's just our Western ear. It just is. Okay, so sing that again. Move on.
Yeah, let's do it one more time. This is the
Okay.
first. Other than that thing the other night, this is the first time we've done Playgirl 2.
Nothing of it. It's all a blur.
Oh, last week we did some Playgirl 2. Or
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday?
the glory was
Oh,
in
oh,
Playgirl 2.
That was so low. I was just like, look
Yeah.
at me singing low.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had to repitch one of the things because I knew we were going down to the low
Yep.
D, and I was like, "There's no way."
There's not enough room.
Yeah. So
We're going in.
No, maybe he'll let me be the tenor.
Lord, I have cried unto thee, hearken unto me, hearken unto me, O Lord. Lord, I have cried unto thee, hearken unto me, attend to the voice of my supplication. When I cry unto thee, hearken unto me, O Lord. Cool. Let's do Let My Prayer. Let my prayer be set forth as incense before thee, the lifting up of my hands as an evening sacrifice. Hearken unto me, O Lord. Nice. Any questions? All right.
So as incense before thee, that's the end of the thought. That's like a
It's an
imperfect ending.
Imperfect, because it's not, let my prayer be set forth as incense before the, and then the lifting of my hands is the evening sacrifice.
So that's the whole thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, you could argue there.
Yeah.
You know, are there two complete thoughts there? Is it only one? Is the thought completed in the evening sacrifice? You know. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it at least it's fitting with the semicolon period thing. Some people would say, if you're hitting a period, it's definitely a tentative ending. If you're hitting a semicolon, it's definitely tentative.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is kind of subjective. But I don't know. I like to look at the thought process. Okay. Moving on to the verses of the Psalms. You want to sing through these?
Sure.
Okay.
Not too quickly.
Okay. I was wondering how quickly I can push it. And sometimes we don't intone it because a lot of times you just go nah, and everyone knows that's your starting note. Set, O Lord, a watch before my mouth, and a door of enclosure round about my lips. Incline not my heart unto words of evil, to make excuse with excuses and sins, with men that work iniquity, and I will not join with their chosen.
One more time there.
Yep. With men that work iniquity, and I will not join with their chosen. So, and I will not join with their chosen. The interesting thing, where's the accent on join with their chosen?
Join.
Right. But for some reason, iniquity, and I will not join with their chosen. For some reason, in my Western mind, I want to put it on with because of the way the rhythm fits. Join with their join with their chosen.
Yeah.
And it's weird, but that's where the accent, it's written.
Fetchy.
Yeah, and technically the strong beat is join, but the way that it's written just makes it feel different than what we expect. But that's the Byzantine world. That's how they accent it. So strong beat on the weird one.
I think it's almost because they get that with two notes. If like you can't
Yeah.
help but accent it.
Yep.
It was join with the chosen.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
Then you.
Which is weird, and it hasn't. I've gotten used to it. It hasn't settled with me yet.
Right.
But I don't exactly know why, but the Greek does that. So like the strong beat is 1, and then the second beat is the weak beat, but for some reason it feels stronger. I don't know, but it's correct. Number 4. The righteous man will chasten me with mercy and reprove me. As for the oil of the sinner, let it not anoint my head. For yet more is my prayer in the presence of their pleasures. Swallowed up near by the rock have their judges been. Swallowed up near by the rock. Swallowed up near by the rock have their judges been. One more time?
Yeah.
Swallowed. Let's do the full thing.
Yeah.
Number 5. For yet more is my prayer in the presence of their pleasures. Swallowed up near by the rock have their judges been. They shall hear my words, for they be sweetened, as a clod of earth is broken upon the earth. So have their bones been scattered nigh unto Hades. Yep. Little things here. Let's do so they have their bones. So have their bones been scattered nigh unto Hades. For unto thee, O Lord, are mine eyes, in thee have I hoped. Take not my soul away. Keep me from the snare which they have laid for me, and from the stumbling blocks of them that work iniquity. The sinners shall fall into their own net. I am alone until I pass by. One more time, number 9. The sinners shall fall into their own net. I am alone until I pass by. Let's do I. Yep. I am alone until I pass by. Cool. Number 10. With my voice unto the Lord have I cried. With my voice unto the Lord have I made my supplication. I will pour out before him my supplication. Mine affliction before him will I declare. Do you see a pattern?
Yeah.
When my spirit was fainting within me, then thou knewest my paths. In this way wherein I have walked, they hid for me a snare. I looked upon my right hand and beheld, and there was none that did know me.
Do that again.
Sure. I looked upon my right hand and beheld, and there was none that did know me. Flight hath failed me, and there is none that watcheth out for my soul. I have cried unto thee, O Lord. I said, Thou art my hope, my portion art thou in the land of the living. Attend unto my supplication, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from them that persecute me, for they are stronger than I. Cool. There's a bunch of those dun da dun da da and different things. Let's do 19, 20, and 21 and 22. Nay, bring my soul out of prison, that I may confess thy name. The righteous shall wait patiently for me, until thou shalt reward me. Out of the depths have I cried unto thee, O Lord, hear my voice. Let thine ears be attentive to the voice of my supplication. Cool. Brief staccato. Alright,
So on weekday Vespers, you would just sing all these through, and then you would start the secure where they.
you wouldn't do these. You would start with number 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But it wouldn't be these at all. So you might. They'd be different here. Yeah. So you might go to number 6, or number 4, so you can actually sing the verses. But that's the only reason why you do have this is for the verses.
That's not you have what? When you say that again?
So like if you look at, let's say, verse number 4, let thine ears be attentive to the voice. Yeah. That would still be for secure numbers 6, like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Still have the same psalm verses, but the secure would be different. So it would actually just be some text that you would read off of. You want me to explain that more specifically?
Yeah, except you're not gonna. I mean, you're reading this as part of the psalm verses, so you're not going to do secure number 4, right?
Right, exactly.
Oh,
so
okay.
The only reason why you might look at this is to use the psalm verse. Look at this music, like verse number 4.
This music. No, this music.
Yeah. Like verse number 4, secure number 4. The only thing that you would use is the verses. You can still sing those together.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So let's say what I would probably do is I would copy out all the verses so that we can still sing them together on a weekday, because we wouldn't use any of the stakira written here. Otherwise, what we normally did in Pittsburgh, and what a lot of people do, they just have the book, the service book, and you just read it off the text, and you go, let thine ears be attentive to the voice of my supplication. And no one, unless everyone really knows what they're doing, no one would sing with you, because they don't know exactly what you're going to do unless you're doing a very specific formula. So did that clarify at all?
Yes, I suppose.
It was confusing initially, the way I said it. But yeah, so the secure are different for Monday through Sunday through Sunday through Friday Vespers, and then Saturday Vespers is regular.
So I'm trying to think, is that not on the St. Anthony site? Because if you just go to Stikira, that's just the resurrectional Stikira.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because no one in general,
does those?
Very few. Well, in general, very few people would actually write them out.
Oh, really?
Because they're all melodies that you know. So you would just have the words.
Are they different for every day?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, a Wednesday Stikira would be different from Thursday.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. But then again, it's just the melodies, so you don't have to read all sorts of crazy music. You just know the melody.
I see.
Sometimes in some of the Greek books, I did find that there's the paraklitiki, which is your weekday 8 tones, and they do have those where they do have certain things written out, but it's more the brief versions of Lord I've Cried, the brief verses, because you would definitely sing them on a weekday like that. And then sometimes they'll have maybe the prosomia written out, if it's the original melody, just as a, it's like, oh, this is the original melody, let's write it out, because we that's the if anything, if we should write it out for any of them, it would be for that Avto Mela, the original melody. So yeah, sometimes we can actually look through it. I hope that didn't confuse. When we go through the structure of Vespers, maybe it'll become clearer.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll do a two-parter thing where we actually talk about the service of Vespers, and then we actually bring in like how do you put together Vespers.
Cool.
Okay, verse number 1, stick here number 1. Nay, bring my soul out of prison, that I may confess thy name. Conquering Hades, O Christ, thou didst ascend the cross, that with thyself thou mightest raise them that sat in the darkness of death. O thou who art free among the dead, thou who dost pour forth life from thine own light, O omnipotent, O omnipotent Savior, have mercy on us. Cool.
So that must be a Western thing, because we fell into the same,
Yeah.
fell into the same trap.
Exactly, yeah. I'm still a prey to my Western mindset. I haven't been freed. Oh thou. So just remember on, like, let's say the third line. Oh thou. Because I heard at least, Jeff, I'm not sure whether you're doing the same thing. Oh thou.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Oh thou who art free among the
Oh,
dead.
I'm sure we're doing the same.
I don't know. So that's just one thing. It's always thou. So. It's like, what is that, Sports Center? Da 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 da.
I don't know.
I don't know why I used to watch that, but when I was younger, that would like put us to sleep. When we were on vacation, that was the only time we had Sports Center because we didn't have a TV in our room. So on vacation, we were like, oh man, we'd put on Sports Center and just like this monotonous talking in the background over and over again.
Numbers, scores,
Yeah.
highlights.
And no one was really getting super excited because it was numbers,
Yes,
scores,
yes,
highlights.
yes,
Yeah. Okay, I can keep going
Mhm,
or
sure, yeah.
okay. The righteous. Let's do this one with the note names. The righteous shall wait patiently for me until thou shalt reward me. Vikezoni zorkedi, kedi gavu. Vuga diga ke diga vu. Vupa vuga di ke di zo ke di. Kezor ke diga ke diga vu. Vikezor zo ke diga vu. Hope that wasn't too fast.
No.
Okay. There's new little patterns here.
They're just up, down.
Yeah.
Every now and I get a little jump.
Yep. Okay, let's sing it. Nay, the righteous shall wait patiently for me until thou shalt reward me. Having trampled on death, Christ is risen today, as he said, and hath granted joy unto the world, that while crying out we all may thus chant the hymn. O wellspring of life, O unapproachable light, O omnipotent Savior, have mercy on us. So, omnipotent.
I did
Yes.
this the second time.
Yeah, second time's the charm. So at least during the second round of Vespers, we get this.
Can we do that again? Wait.
Yeah, we've got the next.
We usually nail it the second time.
Yeah.
But do you think anyone would really notice if we sang it again?
I don't know. I always wonder. I did know. Every so often, if there's like repeating patterns in Byzantine, sometimes people pick up on them. I think on Saturday, the fact that like one of us was doing the verse and then everyone was jumping in afterwards. I think people were picking up on that. Like, wait a minute, they're all jumping in.
We
I
can
don't know.
jump in too.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. And which the Antiochians do.
Do
like,
they? Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, if thou, O Lord, shouldest mark iniquities, O Lord, who shall stand? But with thee there is forgiveness, and
Right.
everyone jumps
Know
on
the
that.
melody, yeah.
Yeah. Even if you're making it up, people are still gonna jump in, and they're gonna sing whatever they want.
How far off can you be, really?
Yeah, you're gonna get the same note. The only thing on this one, second line, that while crying, out we all may thus chant the hymn. That while crying out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the only thing. Any questions?
No.
Cool. Number 3. Again, it's funny because once you're, I mean, like, you guys are good enough that we can just breeze through these. It's kind of, I feel sorry for the tone. It's kind of like we're just
It's
breezing
brief,
through. Yeah, out of the depths. This is one of my favorites. Not necessarily melodically wise, but it's pretty much straight from the Psalms. From thee, O Lord, who art in all creation, where shall we sinners flee? To heaven, but you yourself dwell there. In Hades, but you trampled on death there. To the depths of the sea, your hand is there too, O Master. Where can we sinners go? We've got no place to hide.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay, we give up.
How about Netflix?
Yeah. The Lord won't go there. And then so then it's kind of like, okay, having given up, we fall down before thee and make entreaty. You who rose from the dead, have mercy on us. So it's essentially directly from the Psalms, but it's one of these things like, where are we gonna go? We've got no escape, so we might as well not sin. Out of the depths. Nay. Out of the depths have I cried unto thee, O Lord. O Lord, hear my voice. From thee, O Lord, who art in all creation, whither shall we sinners flee? To heaven, but thou thyself dwellest there. To Hades, but thou hast trampled on death. To the depths of the sea, but thy hand is there, O Master. Unto thee do we flee for refuge. Falling down before thee we make entreaty. Thou who didst rise from the dead, have mercy on us. Cool. Any questions? All right. Continuing on. Verse number 4. Stick here, number 4. This is a short one. Let's do note names just to give it a little more time.
Just so we can say we did note names.
Yep. Let thine ears be attentive to the voice of my supplication. Thee kega kedigavu. Thee kezo thee kedai thee ga kedigavu. Vogadi, Gadi, Kedi, Gavu, Pavu.
No,
Gavu. Okay, let's start with the last.
yeah, because you all went voo voo, and I thought it was a voo.
No, yeah, we kind of stuttered on that one.
Well, yeah, so it was a stuttering that was going on.
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time, and then cross or Christ to be both with the note name.
Yes, okay, good, yes.
Vogadi, Vivi Kega Kedigavu, it's too easy.
No, it's maybe it is because I'm. I'm struggling.
One more time for the
One more
beginning.
time.
I'll have to let you listen to a recording with one of my very very seasoned chanters, and it's hilarious to listen to because like it should not be this difficult, but for some reason he's just failing. So the ke ga the ga bu the ke zo the ga ke the ga vu va ga di ke di ga vu pa ga vu. All right,
Better.
got there. Yeah, it wasn't great.
The first was rough for
Still
some
wasn't, yeah.
reason.
It wasn't
I don't
great.
know
It was like a
why.
B plus maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll
B
sing
Thanks
it.
for
minus.
you, but I was still at a C.
Let's. I think we'll do better at just the words.
It was just the after liturgy.
You are the weakest link.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
So yeah, we'll at some point we'll come back to that later on down. Maybe 20 years down the line. It's like remember this one. Let thine ears be attentive to the voice of my supplication. In thy cross, O Christ, do we boast, and thy resurrection do we praise and glorify. For thou art our God, beside thee we know none other. I have
Where's
no
the
idea.
difficulty?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. It's the weirdest thing. Okay, another quick one. Verse number 5, stick here number 5. Nay, if thou shouldest mark iniquities, O Lord, who shall stand? For with thee there is forgiveness, ever blessing the Lord, we praise his resurrection. For he endured the cross, and by death destroyed death. Any questions there?
No,
Straightforward.
certainly not.
Yep. Okay, next one. Again, not very long. We're just breezing through. Nay, for thy name's sake have I patiently waited for thee, O Lord. My soul hath waited patiently for thy word. My soul hath hoped in the Lord. Let's do no names just to see. Ni zo ke di ke zo ke di ke di ga vu pa vu ga di ga di ga ke ga vu pa ga vu. Cool. And if you notice at the end, he didn't write vu, he wrote the. So either that's a mistake or he's saying the next one is the. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm not sure what his thought process was. If you notice at the end of sticker number 6. Because on some of the other ones, he's written vu. And then at the beginning of the verse, he writes the, to let you know the verse is starting from the. I just point that out there to just be aware.
Yeah.
These things do occur. It may be a mistake. It might just be him telling you the next one's the. For thy name's sake have I patiently waited for thee, O Lord. My soul hath waited patiently for thy word. Wait, is that my fault? My soul hath waited patiently for thy word. My soul hath hoped in the Lord. Glory to thy might, O Lord, for thou hast destroyed him that had the dominion of death. Thou hast renewed us by thy cross, granting us life and incorruption. Cool. Keep going.
What time's your?
3 minutes.
Okay.
I figure we'll finish verse 7, stick here number 7. The next thing is the dogmatic, which is a
Alright.
little bit longer,
Yeah.
which deserves a little bit more time to look at. So I think this will be a good stopping place.
Well, I think
So
this goes in
we can-
hard chromatic or no?
And we can entertain
Yeah, Titanic.
the
Yep,
council.
Titanic.
The council, 'cause they sure are, yes.
yeah.
So they're never on time anyway, are they?
No, not
No.
normally. Although I heard a little bit of rumbling. So name from the morning watch until night. From the morning watch, let Israel hope in the Lord. Thy burial, O Lord, rent us under the bonds of Hades and crush them. Thy resurrection from the dead enlighten the world. Lord, glory be to thee.
How about there from the resurrection again?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thy resurrection from the dead enlighten the world. Lord, glory be to thee.
Okay.
Cool. Nice. I think all that was. I hope
Very brief.
it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Mhm.